receiving an IT era subject entitled Communications and Networks, Lesson 9. Communications and Networks. Let's define first what is communication. So communication is a process by which two or more computers or devices transfer data, instructions, and information. And before a successful communication, it needed a sending device that initiates transmission through a communication channel. So a communication channel which connects to a receiving device, accepts the transmission of data. So first, to have a successful communication, we must have, or a certain computer and a mobile must have a sending device which transmits the data, instructions, and information. Then it must go to a communication device or communication channel which connects into the end, which is the receiving device. Receiving device is the one who accepts the transmission of data, instructions, and informations. So those are the basic or certain computer must have to have a perfect communication. All computers and mobile devices that has receiving and a sending device is a communication device. Computer communication or technologies includes blogs. Blogs is a written output which is in our computer written. It shares the ideas of the user. Then chat rooms where a group of people are communicating. Then emails which a sender and receiver must have. Then instant messaging, which is a personal messaging. News groups, which is a certain person wants to know an information about the whole world. Then web folders and wikis, which is a website that has information which can be searched. Then video messaging, it is a messaging that involves only videos to be received and sent. So let's move on to network. So first, let's define what is network. Network is a collection of computers and devices connected together via communication device and a transmission device. So what are the advantages of using network? So these include facilitating communications, sharing hardware, and sharing data and information. So there are three types of or classifications of a network. First, we have the local area network or LAN, L-A-N. It connects in a limited geographical area only. The next is the metropolitan area network or the MAN or M-A-N. A high-speed network connects local area networks in a large area such as city or town. Then third, lastly, is the wide area network or the WAN or WAN. It covers a large geographic area using a communication channel. So I have this an example. LAN example is home net, office net, personal network, and public network. Next example of MAN or metropolitan area network is IUB network, telephone network. Then for our WAN or wide area network, examples are the private network, business network, mobile broadband, then last mile. Then let's move on to the difference between client-server network and peer-to-peer network. Client or server network, or also known as the host computer, acts as a server that controls access to a network resources and provides a centralized storage area. Then let's define what is peer-to-peer network. A peer-to-peer network is a simple network that typically connects fewer than 10 computers that have equal responsibilities and capabilities. So in the peer-to-peer, it is limited into 10 computers that has function and responsibilities are the same. Then let's move on to network topology. We have the star network. It is defined as all computers and devices on a network connect to a central device forming a star. Next is a bus network. It consists of a single central cable which all computers and devices connect. Then third and last is ring network. A cable forms a closed loop or a ring which all computers and devices arrange along the ring. Various network communication standards. Let's define network standard. Network standard is a guidelines specify the way of computers access a medium types. Then network communication include the Ethernet, which defined as no central computer or device on a network control when data can be transmitted. The next is token ring. Requires devices to share or pass a special signal called token through a special signal called token. Then we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Let's move on to what is communication software. So this helps a user establish a network to another computer or network. So a communication software which helps the user to connect to another computer and network. What are the commonly used communication devices? So we have few examples. First is the DSL modem. Transmits data to and from a DSL line. A cable modem, another is a cable modem, which sends and receives data through digital data. The next is a wireless modem, which has no wires connected to be able to transfer data. The next is network card. It is a built-in networking capability. Then home network. It connects in multiple computers and devices in a home. Let's move on to the physical and wireless transmission media. What are their differences? So first, let's define what is transmission media. It consists of materials or substances capable of carrying one or more signals. So transmission media, it can carry one or more signals. While the physical transmission media defines as use of tangible materials to send communications and signals. So this physical transmission media needs a tangible or certain materials that can be touched to send communication signals. Like the microwaves, it is a radio waves that provides high-speed signal transmission. The cellular radio form a broadcast radio that is used widely for mobile communications. Then the communication satellite, which is a space station, receives a microwire signals from an Earth-based station. So those are the physical and wireless transmission media, the differences. Then let's move on to the people that invented certain communication devices. We have Mr. Robert Metcalfe, which is the inventor of Ethernet inventor. Then Mrs. Patricia Rosso, which is the leader of a communications industry and became the CEO on 2002. So thank you, and that's all for our discussion and lesson 9 entitled The Communications and Networks. I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you!